Alright. I turned it into an actual fucking essay. Because I also got a new computer finally. The other one died because I was sitting on my bed watching... Ironically, I was watching Forever Dirt on YouTube. And I'm watching his new video right now because some actual fucking idiot jumped the gun in every assumption on the video he made. I think it's called YouTube Luddites Hate AI Art, which I agree with Forever Dirt on. People are fucking stupid about the AI thing. Like, so fucking stupid. Like, it's the new technology. The cat's out of the fucking bag. There's no putting the genie back in the bottle. You know, you can rub the lamp 3 times. It's not gonna do jack shit. You know, you can make as many wishes as you want, but, you know, the cat's out of the bag. Oh, and it's like, oh no, it's using so much water. So is fucking watching YouTube. Do you know that? Do you wear denim pants? That uses as much fucking water as AI does. So does sending a message on Discord. It's all compute power. You fucking retards. Anyway, it's like, I finished the one essay, and I realized there's something there, for a second one. And right now I'm trying to work this Charles Manson bit into it. Not sure how I'll do that, but I'll get that there. God, people are so fucking stupid about AI. I'm so tempted to go off on a tangent, because, for the Witches Sabbath stuff, we made a fucking Picasso thing. Did you know that Picasso was a secret occultist and that the Daily Plaza Chicago Picasso is actually a Baphomet in disguise? Look it up, occultpicasso.com. And you'll find more about that. But anyway, it's like, so with what I'm doing, Jesus Christ, I can't keep a coherent thought. I need to be stoned. Fuck. And so, my whole shtick at first was the Second World War never ended, and I do think that's true, especially now. And there's this Charles Manson clip that just resurfaced on Instagram, and it's one of my favorite ones because I love the interview that it's from. I like Charles Manson; he was a gifted philosopher, but it was like, he's talking about how the Second World War never ended because a certain group refuses to let it die down and keeps perpetuating this fear. And I mentioned it in the article that I wrote, which is the article I wrote. I'm not going to read it again because I don't really feel like it, at least right now. The article is called "Tomorrow is Different, but It's Still the Same." I think it's a lot better in article form than I gave it yesterday whenever I was still coagulating it, because in written form it's like trying to read it and go through it in written form, like it's like I can't exactly go off of this because it's like this actually goes right here, yada yada yada. Then there's you know, there's this part of the quote that I didn't actually put in there, but I put in like a heading footnote or whatever. It's impossible to read from my notebook, unless if it's in the form that I wrote it on for this, which, what I do is like a fucking cut up thing. Like, you know, it's like, I'll take what I have written and then I'll cut it up and make it work. Because I know how to fucking write. At least I think so. I've taught myself well enough, I think. I'm still learning, but, you know, I think I do pretty well for myself, being, mainly self-taught, because it's like, I never wanted to write about shit. I guess maybe it's from school, because I didn't want to write about the shit they were telling me to. Except the last year of my English, when I took AP English. I did like that class, because it was actually, like, engaging to write with, even though I procrastinated everything on that, because I was busy doing other things. But it's like, you know, I remember I was once, for I'm tired. For some government, gov econ class last year I was in school, it was like, I had to write some essay or something, and it's like, I really don't want to fucking do this. So I spent one paragraph on that, and then it's like, I made it so that I could transition into something that I wanted to write about. And it was like, it went from whatever thing it was, and it's like, to actually, you know what? None of this shit matters, because humans made it, and we have so many foibles and shit that it's never gonna work regardless of what we have. The teacher gave me an A, but I'm pretty sure that teacher gave everyone an A regardless of whether they turned in work or not. He was also the football coach, so it was like, I apparently there's a trend of this stuff where like these teachers that are also the football coaches are like a lot more lax. But he was a good teacher. Like, he did teach really well and could explain things really well. I just think his grading priorities were elsewhere, because I don't think he actually read what I wrote, because what I wrote was like, I took a ton from Might Is Right and reworded it into it, and who knows, maybe he did read it, maybe I mean, I know I carried my copy of Might Is Right around school, because that's where I was reading. You know, I first read Might Is Right, like, I finished it for the first time whenever I was under the stairs at lunch with another person, but I'm the only one with anything from that, or whatever. I don't know. I wonder if that person still does that. Hard to say. I don't really care. Not that well, yeah, I don't care. It's like, because there's stuff in here that I didn't put into the actual article. Like, I combined a lot of shit, because, I didn't put the bombastic dreams of iconoclasm bit into it. I'm right now talking to some other people about how I could do it, because I do want more than just my own. I don't want it just to be my own mental masturbation when I do things. Like, I do like second opinions, and that's my critique of someone I also know who's got more books out than I do. You know, because I do technically have a book out of purely my own work, and I'm currently compiling the neurotic nihilism shit into a book. Jesus fucking Christ. And I'm also trying to do something called salient scenes. I'm not really sure how that'll turn out, because I don't know, it's like, what would that actually be in, like, if I were to put it out? But that's neither here nor there. It's just sort of interesting. And I think mainly why I tried to do it so quickly with that one was because I really wanted to use the quote from Firecracker and The Boys, you know, which...
Purpose. I sell purpose. These people got nothing. Maybe they lost a job or a house or a kid to Oxy. And politicians don't give a shit. Mainstream media tells them to be ashamed of their skin color, so you know, I bring them together, tell them a story, give them a purpose. Which would you rather believe, that you belong to a community of warriors battling a secret evil, or that you're a lonely, inconsequential nobody that no one will ever remember?
Anyway, you know, I really just wanted to use that clip in something more than anything. But I think what I'm thinking is so I did a zine last year called The Human Condition, and that was that's actually one of my favorite zines that I've done. I've done a lot of little zines and stuff over the years. Like, Neurotic Nihilism started as a zine. Salient Scenes is a zine that I'm making. And there was one that I did called A Night at Columbine High School, I think I called it, because I I spent the night outside of Columbine High School, like at the park, because it's there's Columbine, the school, then there's a massive fucking park with like memorials and a library and shit. I don't think it's the library that they shot inside of, because I think the library was actually inside the school. Yeah, I think the memorial library came afterward. Don't quote me on this. I mean, I could find the Trenchcoat Diaries zine that Shane did, because there's a copy over there. I think my copy's over there too. But it's like, you know, I'm just trying to figure it out because I have a line in here. It was gonna be the original closing, World War III against the screen, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that now. Oh, I got some notes about, oh, that's a cool, as a random aside, there's an interesting, publication from the 90s and 2000s called Kura Underground. The summer 1988 issue 4.2, or issue 4, had a very interesting interview with Xena Shrek that I like. And I guess I'll talk about that because, you know, she said no to the Sabbath. Because I emailed her last night, inviting her to the Witch's Sabbath, but whatever. I expected a no. I got a no. But, I still emailed her. Maybe I can get an interview with her one day. That'd be cool. Though, I don't know. She seems to do less and less of those. Like, the Jordan Peterson one she did last year was really fucking good. That was a really good interview. I liked that one. And I think she might be aiming up to make a book or something. That'd be kind of that would be interesting. I hope she does make a book. That would be an interesting read. Neither here nor there. Also, my favorite pen died. My favorite pen is no longer with us. It's like this, but it's purple color. This is a black one. God, I loved that pen. That was the best pen I've ever had. Like, I used that pen right up till it started to drop with this shit, and it's like, God, I'm gonna miss that pen. But it will make for a great collage at the end of the year when I glue it on. Because that's what I do, is now, at the end of the year, I'm going to make some sort of collage with everything from this year, and make it into a collage. But I don't think I'm going to do another double cross, though. That was kind of hard to prop up afterward. I should have put something behind it, because it's just so heavy. But maybe I'll do a triple cross this year. Though I really don't. I'm a fan of Genesis Peorage. I like Psychic TV. I don't really like Throbbing Gristle. And the Temple of Psychic Youth is interesting, but it's kind of weird. And I don't really want to be too derivative of things that I like, even though, to quote Mindless Self-Indulgence, and their song Bite Your Rhymes, you know, I'm gonna bite your rhymes because I reign supreme in my own damn mind. You know, God, I can't focus on things when I'm talking like this. Like, this is why I usually get stoned to record shit, because it's like, in general, I can talk just fine, but it's like, whenever I do this, it's like, it feels like I'm all over the place. But anyway, I've started this one, and it's like, I'm trying to connect the Charles Manson bit into this. I started it out so far with the Buggles' video killed the radio star, quoting it. Not just the line of video killed the radio star, but I'm trying to sort of trace it back to the advent of, you know, when everyone started getting a personal television set in their own house, because that's kind of where the digital dopamine draining started, because you know, before there was doom scrolling, there was, you know, channel surfing, as it was called. And I'm trying to figure out how to connect that into something, because maybe I have a point, maybe I don't. I guess I'll have to see. But yeah, here it is. Here's the pen. This is my favorite fucking pen, and it's dead. It's dead now. Like it's fucking dead. It will be missed. Rest in peace. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna go grab coffee. Alright, I got my coffee. And I also grabbed one of these. This is from a Asian supermarket here, which is funnily called the 88 Supermarket. And I guess it's mainly a Chinese market, but it's called an Asian supermarket, but it's mainly Chinese. I think it's all Chinese. It's like 10-minute drive from here, I think. I don't know which direction. I'm trying to figure out my way of, telling northeast, south, and west, because I don't have a mountain here to go off of, but this is from an Asian supermarket called the 88 Supermarket. It's basically like, this is basically like a giant Cheeto. It's, a milk rice cracker. It's way better than a fucking Cheeto is, though, and I think it's a bit more healthy, actually. I don't know. It's cool, though. They're super fucking good. And I got my coffee. It's coffee. Ran out of creamer last night, but that's fine. I guess it depends on the brand of coffee. Like, Folgers coffee, homemade, that needs, in my opinion, that always needs some sort of creamer, whether it's the regular roast, Colombian. I've never actually, I know they have like a vanilla or caramel version, but I've never tried it from Folgers. Right now I think this is pumpkin, which I'm weird. I don't like pumpkin whenever it's like in season. Like I hate pumpkin spice when it's in season, but I think it's because it's like the only option. It's sort of like forced on everyone, or I guess I feel it's forced on me, because it's like every fucking thing is pumpkin coffee, pumpkin pie, pumpkin, fucking pumpkin turducken, something. There you go, that rhymes. Something pumpkin. And today they released the final, what I believe is the final teaser for The Boys Season 5. Fucking love it. I absolutely love it. Give me a second. I use Canva to edit this, so I gotta make sure that shit is, in enough bits that I can put it on there, because, yeah. I use Canva to, God, that made me, I don't know. But, yeah, then, everything's just, I'm actually, like, I'm enjoying myself. Like, yesterday I took a fucking nap in the day, and it didn't feel weird. It was like, it was raining outside, and it was like, I just was like, I just curled up right here and just sort of fell asleep, and it was like, I woke up, and it was like, fun. Though, I'll probably do the same once I'm done with this, Jesus Christ. It's not like I wouldn't take naps before and stuff, but like, usually that was because I would have a shit ton of weed and stuff. I haven't had weed since, in like 4 days? No, Monday. Today's Thursday. 3 days, and then I won't have any more for another 10 days probably, because my birthday is in 10 days, March 15th. I gotta figure out some way to make it connect to Julius Caesar, because Julius Caesar was killed on March 15th. Someone should get me a time machine. I want to see that happen. I want to go back in time to the day of my birth, some 1,000 years ago, and witness Julius Caesar get brutally murdered. Because why not? That would be interesting. Like, that would be so fucking cool to witness. Like, just from like my modern perspective, like witnessing the murder of Julius Caesar would be so fucking cool. I also think cannibalism is romantic. How about that? What am I saying? Everything I'm saying is stuff is true, or that I think. But anyway, it's like, then I was recording something last night with Shane, because I'm working on another zine called, because every year I produce something called the, Bugby Burdella Soliloquies. It depends on the year which order it's Bugby or Burdella. I think this year it would be Bugby Burdella. For the Witch's Sabbath, and it's a cool zine. I remember that was the first thing of mine that ever actually got printed and sold. I fucking hate the guy that, I don't hate him, I just find him to be a low-life idiot that printed it. No offense to him, but, you know, if you're gonna, like, do the bare minimum of effort for shit, and most shit, you're a low-life idiot. You know, but that's neither here nor there. Because he did sell it, and he did print it, so I thank him for that. It sold for some $12 or some shit. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I should have taken that fucking money. But it's like, I don't know. My relationship with money is weird. Like, I like having it, but I don't. Like, I understand that I need to make money off shit to survive, but at the same time, it's like, I really don't like that. It's like, I don't care. Because what, you know, I'll just play the clip of Kanye West.
Well, you know, how much does the earth cost? Think about
not a bad question.
But
how much is the earth worth?
Yeah,
right
what is the earth
Everything.
worth?
All the things on earth.
Yeah. And it's saying we can't buy it. We couldn't make enough money to buy the earth, right? So that means we made money. So if money is the key to all people's happiness and will solve everything and everyone's doing things for money, let's just make more money. But it's not about making more money. It's about keeping poor people poor and rich people rich, and keeping people in their place. And right now, we're experiencing the fall of Rome, or the Titanic has now hit a glacier. And there's people who would prefer to go down with the Titanic than to get on a lifeboat, because they don't want to get seawater on their dress or on their nice outfit. The people are so programmed and brainwashed into classism and protectionism that it's difficult for people to embrace innovation unless it has a tag on it that's got a name brand connected to it that says, with this innovation, you will be better than the person, you'll be better than your next door neighbor. You know, when I made Sunday Service, I completely stopped rapping because I didn't know how to rap for God. You know, all my raps always had like, like nasty jokes on it. And then, you know, I made yeah,
I don't like money. It's a fucking made up value. You know, what value do pieces of paper have? You know, what makes a piece of metal with a pontiff, priest, or pedophile, president on it something worthy? Like, it's not, like, the value is assigned, it's given, it's not real value beyond our own conceptualization of this circular piece of metal has value. Though I guess even that doesn't have value, because, at least in the US, because we went off the gold standard. What's that value based on? It's nothing. At least with the gold standard, there was some sort of substance, but it's like, you know, what the fuck's the value? Um, I can ramble about anything I want. I can do whatever I want. Why do I say that in a weird accent? Like, Homelander is supposed to be American. Maybe it's because Anthony Starr is Australian. No, New Zealand. He's New Zealander, I found out. Though, same fucking difference, close enough in, island vicinity. Though I guess I think New Zealand's probably cooler than Australia. Both climate-wise and in terms of... That's where they filmed Lord of the Rings, is in New Zealand. So I find that cool. I like Lord of the Rings. I'm... Like, my obsession with the boys can be seen hyper-focused and hyper-intensified in regards to anything related to JRR Tolkien. Fucking phenomenal writer, absolute amazing stories. The Lord of the Rings is a genuine work of fucking art. And I would say that it's not even his best work, because if you read, the posthumously released Lost Tales and stuff that his son Christopher Tolkien edited together and worked on, it's so, he built so much of a world, James Cameron's Avatar can't even compare. Visual, I mean, I guess it's a visual comparison to a textual comparison, but it's it does so much more in terms of world building than anything I've ever read. Tolkien was trying to create a new mythology for Europe, and I think on some level he could have succeeded, but in the way that, as I say in the article, in the melancholic and mournful murder of God that Nietzsche talks about in his writings, that sort of mythos only holds so much substance to the industrialization, which is kind of, I think, why, because there was an intended sequel for Lord of the Rings, and Tolkien discarded the idea after, writing just a little bit of it, because he viewed it as what he called satanistic and dark, because, it would be, I don't think he could figure out a way to make it have some semblance of hope with the, what he was toying with for that hypothesized sequel that never came to fruition beyond some, I think 8 pages are able to be read of it. It's a really good writing, but it's damn, this is dark and depressing shit. What was that called? Fuck. I'm a super fan of Tolkien, but I can't even remember that. Yeah, The New Shadow. You know. I'm not gonna get down that rabbit hole right now. Oh, holy shit. But, see, there it is with scrolling. I was gonna start scrolling down that rabbit hole. Fuck, I hate scrolling. As soon as this Sabbath stuff is over, I'm gonna be so glad I can delete TikTok. The only reason I downloaded that app is so that I could work with stuff for the Witch's Sabbath. I fucking hate TikTok. And I resisted downloading it for so long, but I gotta do what I gotta do for things. I've never liked TikTok. I remember when it was Musical.ly, that was when I was in 3rd grade. Even then, it was yeah, I'm not gonna download this. I'm gonna stay on Clash of Clans. I used to be so fucking good at Clash of Clans too. I wish I could I wish I could log into my old account. Cause that was such a fucking good, fuck, that was so good. I had such a good base, I had such a good, what happened to fucking old if I can find I'll have to ask my dad down in Tucson, but if I can find the old iPod Touch that I had, I can get onto that Clash of Clans account. But I have high doubts that that's ever gonna happen. So, you know. And ever since then, it's been kind of like, well, why would I... That'd be funny. Maybe I could make a... I might make a Clash of Clans account and get some sort of clan going. That'd be funny. Well, what the fuck would I even do with it? Jesus Christ, like... I'm considering downloading it again now. Though I've also been considering re-downloading Granny, to be honest. Like, the horror game. I just love that game. The first one. I've never played the second or third ones. I don't care for those two. I like the first one. Like, I used to play that in 7th grade at lunch all the time. That was fun. Then whenever I started doing night shift at work at Circle K, I downloaded it again, finally. And it was like, this is fun. I like this game. I don't know. Wait, can I do this? I might try it. I'm gonna end this with a cloud of smoke. I don't know. I want to do some sort of fucking weird thing. Alright, so... Have a good